Welcome back to our channel, Just Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about Australian immigration update, skills in demand visa changes student cap controversy. Welcome to the latest update on Australian immigration news as of August 31st. In this video, we'll dive into the recent changes to the skills in demand visa program, exploring how these adjustments may impact both prospective skilled migrants and the Australian job market. Additionally, we'll address the growing controversy surrounding the student visa cap, which has sparked significant debate and concern among international students and educational institutions. Stay informed on these critical developments and their implications for Australia's immigration landscape. If you are interested in this topic, so to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Australia's immigration landscape has seen significant shifts this week, with major developments impacting both international students and skilled workers. As the education sector grapples with new constraints, the government's move to cap international student enrollments has sparked widespread debate. Concurrently, substantial changes to the skills in demand visa program are on the horizon, promising to reshape Australia's approach to attracting skilled migrants. Here's a detailed overview of these key updates and their implications. International student cap announcement. On August 31st, the Education Minister announced a cap on the number of international students permitted to start courses in Australia for the upcoming year. The new limit, pending parliamentary approval, will restrict enrollments to 270,000 international students. This policy aims to address various challenges within the education sector, but it has already generated significant controversy. The government has framed the cap as a necessary measure to combat exploitation within the industry. According to the minister, the cap will help curb the activities of unscrupulous operators, often referred to as shocks, who exploit the system for financial gain. These actors typically set up non-operational or ghost colleges, primarily to facilitate student visas for work rather than education. The recent closure of over 150 such institutions was touted as a positive step towards ensuring quality and integrity in the sector. However, critics argue that the cap is a misguided approach. The public often receives only simplified narratives, such as the need to weed out the shocks without understanding the broader implications. In reality, shutting down dubious colleges addresses one issue but does not directly correlate with the need to impose an enrollment cap. The broader public and media attention tends to focus more on the headlines rather than the nuanced details of policy implementation. Reactions from stakeholders. The reaction to the student cap has been swift and critical. Leaders and advocates within the education sector have expressed their concerns about the implications of this policy. The Greens leader, Alan Brandt, has been vocal in his opposition, arguing that this move represents a form of migrant bashing rather than a well-considered policy solution. Similarly, the National Union of Students has raised concerns that the cap could deter international students, who are now feeling less welcomed in Australia. There is also skepticism about the government's claim that the cap is a response to the housing crisis. Critics argue that international students are not the primary contributors to the housing shortage, and that this rationale lacks substantive evidence. The spike in student numbers, particularly from countries like India, has been substantial, but attributing housing issues solely to this influx seems oversimplified. Moreover, recent experiences with the graduate visa program have further eroded trust in the government's commitments. Many students who were promised extended 4-year graduate visas based on their course selection have found themselves excluded from this benefit when the promised list of eligible courses was abruptly changed. This lack of consistency has fueled frustration and distrust among prospective and current international students. Changes to the skills in demand visa program. In addition to the student cap, significant changes are underway for Australia's skills in demand visa program, as outlined in the Migration, Strengthening, Sponsorship, and Nomination Processes Bill 2024. This new legislation introduces 3 key visa streams designed to address various labor market needs. Specialist stream. This stream targets highly skilled workers with an income threshold of over $135,000. It is aimed at attracting individuals with specialized skills that provide substantial economic benefits to Australia, such as niche technologies or research expertise. Notably, this stream excludes trade workers, machinery operators, drivers, and laborers, focusing instead on high-level expertise. Or skills stream. Designed for workers in occupations facing national shortages, this stream has an income threshold of $73,150, which will be adjusted annually. This stream aims to address skill gaps identified by Jobs and Skills Australia and is expected to be guided by the new Core Skills Occupation List, which will be updated regularly. Essential Skills Pathway. This pathway targets lower-paid workers with essential skills, particularly in the care and support sectors. The details of how this will be implemented are still being finalized, but it is anticipated to follow a model similar to the existing labor agreement stream of the 482 visas. The new bill also proposes the creation of a public register of approved sponsors, enhancing transparency and accountability in the sponsorship process. This register will list the names of approved sponsors, the number of workers they sponsor, and their occupations, providing a resource for temporary skilled migrants to find legitimate employers and ensuring oversight. Other anticipated changes include an extension of the labor market testing validity from 4 to 6 months and potential future adjustments to visa requirements, such as reducing the work experience requirement for the 482 visa from 2 years to 1 year and streamlining processing times. Conclusion: the recent developments in Australian immigration policy highlight a period of significant change and challenge. The introduction of a cap on international student enrollments and the overhaul of the Skills in Demand visa program reflects the government's efforts to address various issues within the sector. However, these measures have sparked substantial debate, raising questions about their effectiveness and broader impact. As Australia navigates these changes, it is crucial for all stakeholders, including prospective students, skilled migrants, and industry leaders, to stay informed and engaged with the evolving policies. The outcomes of these developments will shape the future of Australia's immigration system and its ability to attract and retain talent while addressing key domestic challenges. That wraps up our update on Australian immigration news for August 31st. The changes to the Skills in Demand visa program and the ongoing student cap controversy are pivotal issues that could shape the future of Australia's immigration policies and its attractiveness to skilled workers and students alike. As these developments continue to unfold, we'll keep you informed on how they affect the broader immigration landscape and what you need to know to navigate these changes effectively. Thanks for tuning in, and stay connected for more updates. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then,
Hello everyone, welcome back to channel Just Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about Australian immigration updates, skill in demand visa changes, and student cap controversy. On August 31st, Australia's Education Minister announced a controversial cap on international student enrollments for the coming year, setting the limit at 270,000. This move aims to address issues within the education sector, including the exploitation by unsupervised operators who use host colleges to facilitate student visas for work rather than education. While the government argues that this cap will curb such exploitation, critics view it as a misstep, pointing out that shutting down dubious institutions does not directly relate to the need for an enrollment limit. The cap has been criticized for potentially deterring international students and for not addressing the housing crisis, which is not solely caused by student numbers. In parallel, significant changes are being introduced through Australia's Skill in Demand visa program under the Migration Strengthening Sponsorship and Nomination Process Bill 2024. The new legislation outlines 3 main visa streams. Specialist stream targets highly skilled workers with an income threshold of over $135,000, focusing on those bringing niche expertise and economic benefits. This stream excludes trade workers and laborers. Coast stream, designed for workers in occupations facing national shortages with a minimum income threshold of $73,150. This stream aims to fill gaps identified by Jobs and Skills Australia. Essential Skills Pathway focuses on lower paid workers with essential skills in the care and support sectors, with details on implementation still being finalized. The bill also introduces a public register of approved sponsors to enhance transparency and accountability. Additionally, it proposes extending the labor market testing validity from 4 to 6 months and possibly reducing the work experience requirement for 482 visas. These changes reflect Australia's efforts to refine its immigration policies, but they have sparked debate and concern among stakeholders, including international students, skilled migrants, and industry leaders.